Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? It's the morning of August 31st, but I'm going to do the day 30 of RPG a Day 2023. I'm just about caught up. And so the question for today, I'm not even awake, man. I'm drinking my coffee. Question for today is most obscure RPG played, I believe, something like that. And the word in bold is obscure. That's a pretty obscure word, isn't it? You say that word long enough and it starts to lose its meaning. Obscure. Just a strange word. But let's get back to this video because it's not about that. I could think about that and it's like answer the question directly. And maybe the most obscure game I've played is Ribbon Drive. And I forget who wrote it. That's terrible. At this exact moment, I should have looked it up. I played it with Ron Edwards and a couple other very nice gentlemen. I believe both of them from Europe, if I'm not mistaken. At least one of them definitely was. And that was a very obscure RPG. It was a fun RPG. We had a good time playing it. But that was pretty obscure. But it's an interesting question when you think about it because let's be honest, there are games that dominate the discussion. They sort of dominate the marketplace, but they definitely dominate the discussion. And they end up killing the conversation very often when you're having a discussion about RPGs because people start to relate everything to that. And I stole that phrase from somebody else. Well, there's nothing about me that's original. And there's so many games out there, man. Or people, or whatever. Man, it's gender neutral term. Man, there's so many people, games out there, mankind. And there's so many of them. If you once you get out there and start looking at these games, start examining and discovering what's out there, and not even just the stuff that's semi-popular that might be in your friendly local game store, but just like go on Drive-Thru RPG, start to talk on some online communities, and then look at Kickstarter, look at the other things that those companies that are kickstarting stuff have made. There's various different resources you can go to find out different games just from your friends, from the online community. Man, so there's a whole bunch of games that you could call obscure, and because they're just not as well known, not as played by many people. There's so many great games, so many great ideas out there waiting to be played, waiting to be experienced, and you could spend your entire life gaming. Maybe every day, certainly every week, certainly, a few times a week, and do nothing but play obscure games and play one each time because there's so many out there. So go out and explore. There is so much out there in the world of RPGs that you could never reach the end of it. Have a good day, people.